Hi folks, this is Jack Spirko with another video in the Survival Podcast Product Showcase. This is another non-sponsored review. What I'm reviewing for you today is the Coleman Max flashlight. This is a 3 AAA cell aircraft aluminum grade flashlight. I'm a bit confused on the actual rating for the looms. As you can see, it's a pretty bright little bugger. And I'll talk about the switch and what that gives you in a second. But on the Coleman website, it actually says 65 looms. I'm almost positive when I purchased this light, which I bought at Walmart, the packaging said 115 looms. So I have a discrepancy there, and I'm not sure which one to believe, Coleman's website or their packaging. Maybe it said effective 115 looms. Let me put it to you this way. We took this out in the backyard in the dark, and we compared it to a 4D cell mag light. And with the exception of the fact that the mag light has that focusing capability where you can actually drill in to a harder light or go out to a softer, wider beam, it was really hard to tell when you made the beam about the same width, any real difference between the great big 4D cell mag light and this little guy here. Of course, the efficiency is a lot better too, because we're talking about an LED bulb, never needs to be replaced. But let's talk about, before I talk about kind of how the batteries are housed and the advantages that houses, one other really cool feature with this flashlight. I've always been a big fan of lights, and I guess it's from my military days, that have the ability to change the color of the beam with lens caps. I don't like lens caps though, because if you have something that's removable, sooner or later it tends to get lost. So what's really innovative about this is right here on the collar, and I'll probably superimpose some imaging for you so you can get a better look at it. You'll see W, R, and B. W stands for white, R stands for red, and then B stands for blue. So what you have is the ability with one light to have either white, red, or blue. Now, why would you want to go from white to red? Coleman calls it enhanced night vision. I don't think that's a good way to think of this. There's nothing that enhances your vision by using a red light source at night. It's a lot more subdued, so you're a lot less likely to give away your location, so that's one really good thing. By not kind of flaring up the night with this bright light, you're a lot less likely to impair your own personal night vision. So if you need to look at something, switching over to the red and examining whatever that is with red light, when you look up, you're not going to have that loss of your own individual night vision. I think that's a better way to think of it. Now, what about blue? What's good about blue? Blue has a tendency, blue light actually makes blood almost luminess. So this is more for you hunters out there that would be trailing a deer. You put an arrow through that deer right at twilight, and by the time you get on his blood trail, it's dark. Switching over to the blue light will often help you locate blood on a blood trail where it normally wouldn't be. There's one more really cool thing about red lights, though. If you're a fisherman and you ever go out at night with your light and you pick night crawlers after a rainstorm in the night, if you use a red light, they hardly have any response to it at all. So instead of hitting them with that white light and seeing half of them go down their holes before you get a chance to grab them, you'll be able to grab more night crawlers. So that's pretty flexible. Now, the main reason I have this is I keep this in my vehicle. I keep a second one of them in my bug-out bag. Because it's LED, it has an extremely long life expectancy. I've not actually ever had the patience to wait for it to run out. This one here, I took the Duracell batteries that came with it. I let it run overnight. The next day it was just as apparently bright as it was the day before. And I went ahead and replaced those batteries anyway and used them in my MP3 recorder that I use for the podcast. But a day of continuous use did not wear these down, which is what I expect from LED technology. And that was with the bright white light source illuminated. As for its functionality, it's pretty simple. Even I can figure it out. But I do like the on-off switch being on the back. It's a pressure switch, which gives you the ability to turn it on and off quickly, to maybe create a strobe effect on somebody for disorientation, to turn it on solid and continuous. It certainly could be mounted very efficiently to a rifle as a tactical light. It is very, very rugged. Again, aircraft-grade aluminum. I'm probably going to replace, like I did with my other one, replace this lanyard with one made out of 550 paracord, just because it has an added efficiency, and there's no reason to be walking around with this little nimbly thing here if you could have something that may have other uses for you as well. But that's it.
Great little light. Retail price $29 at Walmart. To me, I think it's worth every penny. Remember, I always put a link in the description here at YouTube and on the site if I put it on the site where it links to Amazon. So if you're going to buy it online, I'd appreciate it if you'd buy it through my link. But don't let that stop you from running out to Walmart and picking one up. Great little light to add to your preps, whether it be just something to keep around the house, to find your way around, to use as a tool for hunting, to use as a tool for fishing, to use as a tool for camping, to keep in a vehicle. One of the best values out there in a really high quality flashlight. Thanks, folks. This has been Jack Spirko with another survival podcast video.